5-pin unit versus Team Pro League, week number 5. We have playing with us today, we have the Timmins Mighty Plucks versus the BPG Bombers in our first match. Then the BPG Bombers versus the GP Rollers in match 2. And the GP Rollers versus Bonnie Doon Next Gen for match 3. Our commentators today, Steve Barker, all the way from Ontario, and Old Faithful Dexter Wiseman. Welcome, guys.
You didn't do your linguistics exercises this morning?
The same as
ow
you.
Now brown cow. Ow now brown cow.
No, that was false. Thanks, Steve, for coming on and doing this commentary with us.
Oh no, awesome! Thanks for the invite. Been watching every week. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's a great show you guys put on. I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
So do you have any insights? Because you're kind of saying that you've been doing a little bit of research into the Timmins Mighty Plex or the Bombers at all?
I don't know about insight. Obviously, both teams struggled last week. Well, last time out with only 3 of 16 points. But Timmins kind of really struggled. Darryl was the only one that was halfway consistent, and BPG just ran into two teams that were just a touch hotter. They had 12.5 and almost 1,300, and had 1280 and 1360 thrown against them. So, big game for both those guys right out of the gate. Should be fun.
Yeah, exactly. So with you saying that, let's go over the standings after the first 4 weeks. So in this specific division, in the Rusted Petal division, we have the Toppler Roses top at 13, tied with the Holy Rollers. Then we have the Next Gen, which have 8 points, which they are on the show for one match today. The TBA Bowling Club tied with them at 8. And then, yes, our first match, the Bombers and the Mighty Plucks tied for 5th place right now. But huge match for these guys to set themselves up for success in the next 5 matches that they have.
Yeah, they're just trying to look to get into the top 3, right? So, I mean, they're not drastically out of it at all, but they definitely need to start putting some wins together, and it starts today. Sure.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so without further ado, let's bring our managers in for their first match. So from the Timmins Mighty Plucks, we have Mr. Al Paquette. And for the BPG Bombers, we have manager Allison Cummings. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us.
So, Al, you are the away team again, as you were upset. It's the 3rd away game in a row for the Timmins Mighty Plucks. Can you give us your lineup?
Yeah, I feel like the Islanders there with their 20-game road trip before the season, actually. Or before they played a home game, anyways. But anyways, our lineup is Danielle leadoff, Eric 2nd, Joanne 3rd, Daryl Gauthier 4th, and myself 5th. And we're playing without a bench today. Unfortunately, another bowler had a family commitment to attend to, so they're not here today. So we're playing with no bench. Everybody's in for all 10 frames.
Yeah, I guess the only great thing about that is hopefully they play without fear, right? There's no fear of that being pulled off the lane, so they gotta be there for every shot.
Yep, it's all good, man. We're ready.
Awesome. And Allison, your Bombers lineup?
Yeah, I'm going with Aaron, Heidi, Daryl, Mark, and Matt.
Perfect. And then your bench player?
Is Danielle.
Awesome.
Great lineups. Awesome. So
nice having a female on the bench that you could put in anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. She's a strong shooter, so I'm confident in her.
That's awesome.
Sorry, just adjusting the scores.
That's all good. Yeah, that's the one downside about how only having 6 players on your roster. There, Al. You don't even have a sub to put in today, which is unfortunate.
It is what it is. We had checked the scheduling for all the dates and stuff like that, and we were all set, but it was kind of a last-minute thing that unfortunately just had to pull out, so it is what it is. That's why we have the extra player, so at least we're able to field 5 at least and have a match today and not be down a person, because then we can pretty much kiss total goodbye or whatever, and we're kind of just fighting for individual points. But
Totally.
So at least we have a lineup there, and we're confident in everybody. We had our open qualifyings last week, so everybody was able to get a good solid 20 games in, and
awesome.
Everybody's ready to go.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like you guys all set to go. So without further ado, good luck, managers.
Okay, good luck, Allison.
Good luck, guys.
Thanks.
All right, here we go. First match, week number 5.
Al sure speaks differently about his team when the cameras start rolling, eh? Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too bad having to play with only 5 players. Jess is definitely one of their strong players, that's for sure. Definitely very reliable. So that's a big loss to them today. But you know what? They're all good friends, and hopefully they just gel, and away they go.
It was interesting too. Like, they really struggled the first time out, and you know, in baseball, if you have a couple, you get swept in a doubleheader or something, it's like you get them tomorrow. But it's been several weeks since they've played, so maybe the layoff will do them good, especially with open qualifying and other stuff in there. It's kind of a chance for them to rebound.
Yeah, some more competitive play for them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Just a chance to get some solid reps in and get that muscle memory locked in and allow them just to freewheel a little bit today.
Yeah.
Good stop by Eric. And Aaron starts with a good corner spare. 1 and 2, good set in the house. Perfect game was thrown there on Sunday, so there should be no complaints about pinfall there.
Yeah, no, you saw that. That was awesome with Adam throwing the perfect game.
He was really good, and he still found a way to complain about the lanes. That was a really good shot by Heidi. Gotta just ate that 3-pin.
Were you guys surprised with the Bombers lineup, having Danielle on the bench? She led off last time and had 252 and 266 for them, unless it's just to switch it up. Because they really played, like last time, it was just, both matches was just one shot for either team here or there, and they could be 13 and 3 instead of 3 and 13.
Yeah, I don't know. I think having Danielle on the bench is a good spot. I mean, she could definitely be in the starting lineup for sure, but she's super solid. She can come off the bench, and she can go in anywhere, right? Heidi is a phenomenal bowler. She's one of our top female bowlers in Alberta, and having her in the lineup makes sense. But that also frees up Danielle to go in anywhere. So
yeah.
I kind of like the 2-girl move at the moment for sure.
Yeah. I think having either one of them on the bench or any of them, that's kind of the good thing the Bombers have, is that all their players are pretty much, they're all 250 players, so it's hard to say who's going to sit and stuff like that.
Yeah. And really, that's
Great
often
shot by Al. There you go.
That's awesome.
You know, in team bowling, that's often where the difference is, right? The top 3 or 4 teams on each, or 3 or 4 people on each team often kind of cancel out. It's the depth positions that can make the difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like we're saying with the mighty Plucks, they're kind of in a position here. They don't have that. Look at that. They don't have that extra bench player, but now everybody's committed, right? You got to throw that ball, or else nobody's coming in for you. So you got to step up for the team.
Yeah, you don't have that kind of 2 frames of looking over your shoulder, wondering. It's kind of, you got to find it.
Yeah.
So really solid start for the Bombers there.
Mm-hmm.
3 corner spares and 2 strikes. Timmins, good start too. A couple of 5 dashes, but first frame, getting their feet wet a little.
Yeah, they're only down
right.
2 marks. That's nothing.
Yeah. Just a little quick with her feet there.
Yeah. I think this is the match, because we're close with a lot of the Bombers players and stuff like that. They want to send a statement, right? They don't want to be down the basement, and I know the Timmins don't want to either. So you're going to see a lot of grinding out, I think. I don't think this is going to be a blowaway by any chance.
Agreed. It's interesting putting Aaron in the lead spot. I think it's actually a good spot for him. He's definitely one of the slower bowlers too, but in this format, I don't know how much of a difference that actually truly makes. Jumping up there and getting a strike before, and then like letting your team run strikes before the first team gets the first couple frames in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes a huge difference in this format. So throwing Aaron up in the lead is not a bad spot for him at all. Super consistent. We'll hit the middle lots. Throw lots of strikes.
And obviously, you guys have played this, but I find it interesting. Just you're the obviously there's other stuff going on at Sherwood, but like in Timmins, they're the only ones. They're the only ones playing, but it's interesting. You can once it starts, you've got that adrenaline and kind of that team spirit right from the get go, even without the surrounding atmosphere.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. It's definitely a completely unique experience for sure. You find just everybody just crowding around the computer after a frame, and just it's like a team huddle after every frame, So it's kind of neat that way for sure.
A little shakiness with the camera there. We apologize, but the scores look good, readable for everybody, hopefully. You got the Bombers total in the top right and the Timmins Mighty Plucks total in the bottom right.
Not the start that either team wanted to start the second frame.
No.
No. The Bombers giving back some of the early momentum they had there.
Yeah, this ultimately makes it pretty equal across the board. Ooh, big push. Good half by Darryl. Super solid, consistent shots. He doesn't seem to be too rattled by anything.
Must have been Al's pregame pep talk.
That's right. Absolutely. Great shot by Mark. He had you could definitely tell that he's going to be in freewheel mode right now. Hits high right on the first one, carries a strike. Hits left side, carries a strike. Strike zone's pretty wide, so.
Yeah.
Now
Al's got it rolling early.
Al's got more strikes now than he had the entire first two matches he had.
Yeah. More of what we expect from Al, right?
Well, you know what? Al didn't play bad the first match. He just got locked right in on the headpin. There was nothing he could do about it.
Yeah.
So,
and then he banged out in the 10th, but so did his opponent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, after frame 2, we're pretty much going to be all square for marks and total.
Yeah.
It's nice to see the team camaraderie going on here in the Bombers. They're all in the pit, it seems like, all cheering each other on.
That's what successful teams do, right?
Yeah. I'm assuming Al's just behind his players with a whip, is my guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We're just all jokes aside. Al's obviously a great team player, but we like to give him the gears a little bit, and he likes to portray that mean guy sense. So
Danielle looks like she's just a little bit tentative right now.
Yeah.
Kind of pulling out of her shot to see where the ball's going. releasing the ball a little bit early in the first one. She just doesn't look confident right now. That was better, but yeah.
Yeah. Clearly not happy with how the game started, but there's 7 more frames.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to find something in there.
Yeah, especially with no other options.
Yeah, start trying to work on things and just find a way. Ooh, chop offs are the Bombers' nemesis right now. That's 2 chopped cherries for them already. Good sticks.
Good shot.
Absolutely. It's good to see Daryl found his shirt. Or I guess Daryl Bradley found his shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a deuce for a second. That was way outside. Good shot by Daryl Gauthier.
Yeah,
He did not find his shirt.
No, he's still missing his shirt. They're putting some marks here together on Timmins' side.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting to get rolling. See if Al can keep that momentum. Missed right. Half is still good.
Oh.
Not the miss you want to see on a double.
Well,
Johnny,
still solid frame by the Mighty Plucks, but Al's definitely going to want that one back. But at least Mark, the other person on the double ends up missing as well. See if he can cover it up a little bit better. There you go.
yeah, both Johnny and Al on their doubles looked like they just won that third one a little too much and got a little quick and pushed it.
Yeah, just trying to force it in there rather than just freewheeling. Great shot by Maddie.
He played really well last time out too, with almost 620 for his 2 games.
For sure. He's bowling really well in league and stuff too. He's averaging 282 in league. He's playing very well. Tangled it. The Bombers definitely controlling the pace of play here right now. They're definitely the last team to finish each frame by a fairly large portion. You see the Timmins people, their players end up picking up the ball and going pretty quick. Throw one ball, grab another, get ready to go. There we go. That's a good shot by Danielle.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's the start for her.
Yeah. Get her going, get her a mark, get the team a mark, right?
Yeah.
When you have that slow of a start, you start thinking, okay, just get team points now. Let's build something for them, and you never know, might get back into your match.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sometimes the heroes on the team can be the ones that have the, one of the lowest scores, but just from not giving up and grinding it out, get what they can, they give everybody else a chance to hang into their games for totals.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You could be on pace for 200, but still throw away 20, 30 pins, and that can cost you. Just make sure every point, because down the line, you never know how close that's going to be. Good shot by Aaron there. It's a big double.
And that's an important lesson for younger kids. We're playing the youth challenge, and that sometimes they get so wrapped into their matches. They get a big lead and then they let up when you can't. It's all about the team points. So the matches will take care of themselves, or you worry about that, the second ball in the 10th. But, plus if you're spending all day watching what your opponent's getting every frame, you're just going to mentally wear yourself out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Joanne punches there. But you know what? Last 2 shots have been far better. She seems to be dialing it in a little, so that's good. That's good. Good start for her. Unlike Heidi to miss a quarter, but 4 hits on the middle and no strikes. Maybe a little frustration there.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration and nature of the beast too, right? You're playing in a team competition. That small mistake gets inflated a little bit, so.
Yeah, quarters get way tougher in team events for sure.
My Elon Musk internet's just hicking up here.
Maybe Russia shot the satellite.
Doing what they do best. Ooh.
Seems like both teams are going back and forth. Have a good frame in the odd numbered frames and then struggle in the even numbered frames. It's going to be a very even match going down the line.
Yep, and right there too, both Heidi and DB had a chance to really build a lead and put the pressure on, and both didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. Daryl remaining solid. Daryl Gauthier remaining solid with another spare up there, and Al just threw that way outside.
Yeah. Yep, Daryl was their steadiest bowler last time.
Mm-hmm. How do you think it plays in for the Timmins Mighty Plucks, knowing they only have one match today? How do you get up and play one match and shut her down for the rest of the day, right? There's got to be a little bit of...
Well, it's almost like and the game's so important as far as standings wise, it's almost like getting up to play your team stepladder finals the next morning, where you got to look at it, let's go out for one game, give everything, because if win or lose, they're done after this game for the day. But
yeah,
that's a really good way of looking at it, Steve. I agree. There should be no lack of adrenaline to start this match, that's for sure, though. Knowing that this is the only match of the day and it's an important one, you should be able to get up pretty easy.
How do you guys find it as far as the momentum thing? Like you said, you go back and look at the scores after every frame, but you lose that kind of how much a match can sway when you're right beside the other team, right? If you get 2 marks, someone punches, the other one throws a strike, and it's a huge sway of emotions. How different is that with this format for you guys?
I find it's more of a team momentum sort of thing. You just kind of feel, each other, building strikes down the lineup rather than more on the individual match.
Yeah, because you do get to see the scores, but it's not, because if not, it would be really weird, because then you say you had like 133 in the 5th on a spare and not know whether you're up 40 or whether your opponent's on a 5-bagger.
Yeah, exactly.
At least you do have some idea.
Yeah. I definitely found that the focus was far more on team total than it was on individual points, for sure.
Yeah. Which really is where it should be anyway.
Totally. And then you start coming down the line, you start getting into the 8, 9, 10, and then you start taking a peek at the individual matches and see how close you are and see what you need and see what you need to have happen. But I don't know if that's a major focus until that point. Ooh, just caught it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Danielle had a set of aces there.
Just
when you're starting to build a little bit of something.
That's frustrating when you're pressing and struggling along, and then you think you throw one good, and you don't get rewarded for it.
But far better shot. That's a good momentum builder. It's a good count on the spare.
Yeah.
Obviously, she wanted the strike, but throwing good balls is just as important. And at least she's getting back into the middle there.
Yeah. So Heidi's hitting it every frame. She's all over it, but just not getting a score. You think Allison's going to have to make a move here soon? Or you let it play out?
She's definitely the obvious choice at the moment. Unfortunately, she's playing well, but she's still the obvious choice. And she's still right in this match with Eric. So she's down. She picks a side. She'll be down 20 with a ball, or with Eric having a ball, but still definitely in that match. So my guess is she's probably got, one more shot sort of thing to see what happens.
Yeah. That's where it gets tricky for a coach, because she throws the next one, say throws a good shot for a chop off, and then cherries the 3 again. So where she's making good shots every time, but just not seeing the results.
Yeah, must be rolling in a little bit flat or something. She's not getting any push out.
A good shot.
Yeah, big shot by Daryl. I feel like both these shots are really big right now.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Corner.
Great shot by Mark there. He's got both sides of the head pin going. He just has to get it there. Great shot.
Yeah, last time out he punched a lot, and spread out. That's where it's tricky when you don't really have any margin of error.
Yeah.
If you're punching 2 or 3 times in a row or 3 times in 4 frames, you can make a move. But when it's every 4th frame, but your other shots are good.
Yeah, exactly. You start punching over and over and over. That's an easy move to make. But thick left and rolled right out. Good shot.
Al's just a little quick, missing everything right.
Yeah, you can see his feet there. His feet plant and his shoulders are still pointed right when he lets that ball go.
So the match isn't crazy, right? It's Bombers have 5-13 right now, and Timmins is right there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the Bombers definitely have an advantage with marks and a double in there, but it's definitely not out of reach. 40 pins back, no big deal.
It's just the first match that's really got a big lead. The other ones are within a ball or 2.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly. All right. Well, we'll thank our sponsors here with a quick commercial, and we'll come back with the 6th frame and the remainder of this match.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
go. Back frame 6. So Bombers have 513 against Timmins Mighty Plucks at 473. It's still a close game. Anybody's match so far.
Yeah, totally. I know the Mighty Plucks are going to hope that commercial break does their wonders on the Bombers as as the commercial breaks have done to people, and we'll see if they come out firing. That looked like a back to back
again. Wow.
Oh, but her shot is so much better. I mean, that came in high. Aces is definitely a possibility in that range, but she's throwing the ball way better. The timing is way better. It's good to see.
Yeah. And she just needs to capitalize on that better form, right?
Yep, absolutely. Just small adjustments now.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see what this commercial break does to the teams.
Yeah, Aaron was just rolling, comes out with a head pin. Not sure if that has something to do with it, but the Bombers, like I said, have also been controlling the pace of play, right? So when they're done a frame, they just straight into the next frame right away. There's no wait for them, and now suddenly they have a wait. So I wonder if that does play in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure the commercial break, it's like when you're at a live sporting event like a hockey game and they have the commercial break. It seems a lot longer when you're there and nothing's happening. Like when you're watching it on TV, you're kind of paying attention to the good shot. You're kind of paying attention to the commercials, and it doesn't seem that long, but I'm sure you guys would know when you're sitting there for the break.
Totally.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a totally different way of looking at it, right? When you're in the action, you want to play, the commercial always seems longer, but when you're just sitting there watching the show and watching the competition, the commercial just becomes part of the show, right? So you don't really pay attention that it's 3 minutes long, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
Heidi gets her first or I guess her second mark there, just absolutely buried into the left pocket, but that left pocket does not seem to be working for her. That's the same location she put it in frame 1, where the right 3-pin just got eaten by the gutter, and it's unfortunate.
But she's hanging in there now. She throws a strike, she's within 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Joanne's found her shot too. She's right all over the middle. She's not missing anything she's aiming at now. So, good shots by Joanne.
Both Darryls remain solid out there.
Absolutely. Just hanging in there with Mark, as Mark's playing very well right now too.
Oh, got away with that one.
Yeah. I think he'll be okay with that result.
And Al doesn't get the chop.
Oh.
He gets the split.
Still sparable there.
Is it?
Right.
Yeah, lots of kickbacks in Timmins.
Not when you hit Chariot right on the nose.
Yeah. He could have made me look good there, but
a little
but again,
insight.
A far better shot. Timing was way better.
Yeah. So, the break might have helped them.
Yeah. A strike here by Matt would definitely give the Bombers a pretty decent advantage here.
Yeah, the double working would be big.
Double 4 marks and, 70 pins in hand.
Commentator's curse.
He's got that pattern. Everybody talks about how, it's one lane or the other. You start going strike head pin. I can't figure out lane one. That's not the case in this situation. It's just a brain thing.
And you usually want your bad lane to be the even lane, so you get the 10th frame.
Yeah.
Kind of It's funny how the 4-5 positions in the lineup work, because it's almost reverse of the last couple of weeks where Matt was so solid and Johnny was struggling a bit and punching a lot. And now kind of their roles have kind of reversed here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's got to look at that and say, we're still winning totals. Where I'm only down 19. Like that. That's gotta, you got to find positives where you can.
Yeah, and he's hitting what he's aiming at. But we always talk about how there's a difference between hitting and hitting well.
Yeah.
You can hit the middle all day, but if you're pushy, you're still not going to get results. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Small little adjustment there for Matt as well. And both of them start with a miss. Good shot.
A better shot. Yeah.
We got a little slow-mo action there. That was good.
Thank Elon.
And Aaron matches. Yeah, that headpin by Matt really keeps the Mighty Plucks in this match. They definitely could have taken a bit of a stranglehold on that, but still definitely lots of room or opportunity to, make a run at this match going down the line.
Yeah.
Heidi got one. Now is Matt the one that's sitting on the hot seat?
Yeah, if you're looking to make a pull because you want to get Danielle in the game, even get her ready for the next match. Now, do you look at the last couple frames, and it's whoever's low is, unfortunately, it doesn't matter who it is, right?
I think you have to. It's a tough one. I like the idea of getting someone in so you can use them in the next match. That's something in our open people don't do nearly enough. Like, someone will have a good game going and, like, okay, throw the first one in the 10th, and then I'm going to give the bench player 2 balls to get loose in case we need the next game. But a lot of teams just are too selfish. I don't know if it's selfish or they don't think that far ahead, but it's definitely a strategy that isn't used enough in team play. Like, if you've got a chance to get someone a couple free balls, do it.
Totally agree. Yeah. Especially after that 3-pin was definitely down. Yeah. Yeah, especially if they've sat, Danielle hasn't thrown a ball this game. And, obviously she did warm up, but, there's lots of times in the open where somebody could be sitting for 2 games. You got to give them something.
Yeah.
The good thing about this format, too, is even though they have a game next, like, she could be hopefully practicing somewhere and be warm, right? It's not the open where you're not allowed to practice and all that stuff. So
big shot by Johnny there. And this is a big shot for Daryl here too. I mean, it really keeps them in the match. That's a good shot. Left.
His Darth Vader t-shirt might have been the issue. Oh, didn't get the spare either.
Yeah, I think Al's going to be definitely having a kangaroo court or some sort of the uniform infraction won't go unnoticed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Matt falls over for the strike.
Well, the odd frames weren't the one that were in question.
Yeah.
Oh. Corner pin for Al.
Just catches the right side of the head pin and
good spare.
The Bombers are up 46 in the first match. Second match is still within reach, a little bit of a lead in the third match. Johnny's double there.
Yeah, that's huge.
That was huge in the fourth match, and then just basically 1 ball on the bottom as well.
Yeah. There you
Yeah,
That was a
go.
good shot.
Awesome. That's good to see.
Oh man.
And, well, she's not out of this match either.
And
No, it's pretty close now.
She
She's
can
down
get
a
to
ball.
164-7, and Aaron can get to 170. So that match is there for the taking. Eric's really struggled finding the middle again after frame 3.
Yeah.
that was better.
Much better. It's an important spare.
Yeah.
Good pins by Aaron. You never know. You never know how important those pins are going to be. That gives him a lead regardless of what Danielle does in the next 2 balls. So
Yeah.
important shot, keeps it in his hands.
That looks good. Oh, a little heavy. Ah, right on the nose.
No pull.
Ooh, tickled it over. There you go. Great shot.
Just push it off the lane. You don't have to knock it over. Good start for Timmins, so here coming in the 8th.
Nope. It's so hard to tell, even though the cameras are so close and we can see how the bowlers are doing, how their releases are. Because the way Daryl Gauthier throws the ball, it looks like it should be a backup, but it's a hook. His arm path is a little different.
It's almost like he corkscrews it a bit at the end.
Yeah. He's still working hard there, right? Johnny's having a really decent game, but he's got to remember the team points are huge. Pick up every stick you can get.
Absolutely. Mark could take a stranglehold of this match with one good shot here for sure.
Yeah.
But those team total points are massive. A little quick with the feet again.
Chop off.
You can just see his feet get there and plant, and his arm's still coming.
Yeah.
That's one of the toughest things to fix when you're just a bit quick, because you usually don't feel it, especially in a team event where you've got a little adrenaline. People will tell you you're quick, and you're like, I don't feel quick.
And then you start trying to focus on like slowing your feet down, and then you get methodical.
Exactly, and then you don't get anything on the ball. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a huge double by Mark.
Yeah.
Al's still working hard, but like you said, Mark's taking a kind of a stranglehold of the team's aspect of this.
What are we expecting from Matt in this shot? He broke the curse.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
wasn't a cheapie. Yep.
Big 9-10 here. Hey,
Yes.
so
Starting to be a good lead for BPG Bombers there, that's for sure.
yeah,
Definitely lots of matches up for grabs, but momentum is definitely in their favor.
yeah. 9 is the big one. You need to build something here.
Quick with their feet again. Come back, grab the half.
Hey, Danielle, all your sticks here. Hey, so Heidi obviously still 8 for 8 on the middle. Need to find the side of the headpin. There you go.
Good shot. Left side too.
So Eric's got to try and match her and try and hold on to this point, right?
Got to find a way to get it into the middle here.
Ooh, good shot, cut through.
Yeah. Of course, the worst possible miss for Eric, the 3-pin, right? Makes the spare that much tougher.
Oh, that's too bad. Grab your sticks, he's still in it.
Yep.
These are important pins.
But that's how quick it can change. So the start of the game, he looked solid, like straight corner strike, and now his misses. Then he missed left a couple frames, and now to the right.
Yeah, just looking really cautious.
Yeah.
Ooh. See, his spare in 8, he got the ball out on the lane, and all 3 of those shots seemed lay down early, right? BPG's just got all the momentum.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But they're also getting they're throwing some strikes, they're throwing some spares, but they're also hitting, And
Great shot, Joanne.
Huge shot, yeah. Joanne's been really solid since the 3rd frame. She's really hasn't missed anything she's aimed at except for that one corner spare. But yeah, BPG is, they're getting strikes and spares, but like they're hitting the middle. They're doing the little bit of the basics of the game, whereas the Mighty Plucks have struggled in a couple of spots there for hitting the middle, and it's hard to give yourself a chance.
Yeah. I think it helps. I think it helps your match play mentality once totals are in hand. When you go up there and you don't have that, once you're pretty certain once you're certain you're going to get the 3 points, it lets you freewheel a little more to get the extra 1 for your team.
Totally. Ooh.
Good count. Yeah, Al just hasn't found that rhythm. He's just getting ahead of himself and just can't get his arm back through in time.
All right, so Al's still in this match for that point. The spare would have been huge there, but
yeah, this is going to be neck and neck.
Yeah.
180 to 179.
Yep.
It's a really tight match. But BPG with 100 pins. Going to the final frame with a couple extra marks in there too, so definitely huge advantage to the Bombers.
Yeah, there's only really 2 matches up for question here. And one of them is like, you need some help, right? So
yeah.
Mighty Plucks need to scrape whatever points they can out of this, because like I said, there's still 5 more matches after this for them, so they're not even close to halfway through the season. But you need points now.
Couple of misses there.
Good spare.
That looked like just like a kind of an anger. I'm just gonna throw this ball sort of shot. And honestly, that's probably what she should go to, because your timing gets way better when you do it, right? It just looks like she was just so tentative and just really wanting to see where that ball is going, and that's too bad. We see the potential. We see all the good shots she can make, and it just looks like she's just trying a little bit too hard out there.
And we knew Aaron was going to hit something on that second ball, not knowing whether she could have banged out on him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Good last 4 frames for Aaron there. Straight back between them, eh? Good shot by Heidi. That should give her the match there too.
And that's like she's solid, and that's just experience, not giving up and grinding and trying to get everything you can and sticking with it, even though you're not getting strikes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she literally did not miss the middle, but just grinded her way through this match. And a lot of times you need to throw strikes to win matches, but sometimes you just got to grind it out.
Yeah.
It's a hard working 190 right there. Joanne had a chance going into this frame. She banged out. She had an opportunity, depending on what Daryl did, but unfortunately, she punched there.
Yeah.
So Daryl will take that match as well. This is looking to be, 8-0 or 7-1 here.
So the Bombers get to practice between games here?
They have the opportunity. That's up to them.
Okay.
There's no rule against it or anything.
Yeah, because if not, I'd be getting Danielle in to throw here for Johnny with the totals in the match lined up. Now, the other thing you don't want to do, though, with match so close at the bottom, you don't want to mess with kind of the flow of momentum if he's used to following someone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be surprised to see Maddie get taken out or anything like that. But
No, I was just thinking Danielle to throw a couple balls here.
Oh, for sure.
Just for in Mark's spot, but you also don't want to. If Matt's got the flow of following Mark every frame, just the delay in her grabbing her stuff and then going in there and then following someone else when you're trying to get ready to go up in a 1-pin match.
Yeah, totally. You don't. It'd be tough to throw somebody in cold. Try to win this match here too. Al goes up and throws that first strike.
Yeah,
I'm sure that solidifies that decision of leaving Matt in there.
Yeah.
And the double. Good shots.
Big double.
Always entertaining.
Oh, Al, absolutely. Great game by Johnny.
Ooh, the pitch. Well, he still forced Matt to throw the double, right?
Absolutely. So right now it's hitting 7-0 for the Bombers. Just waiting to see what happens with this match here.
Yeah.
And there it is. So it's going to end up being 7-1 in favor of the Bombers.
7-1. All right.
Do we bring Johnny in for an interview with this as well?
Yes,
Definitely the difference maker in that match.
Yeah, I think if he wants to jump in, that'd be fantastic. We'll bring in our managers here for the after show here. So bring in Al Paquette to start with here. Hey, Al.
Hey, man, do you guys have a B League we can join or something, or what? That was hard. I'm not even rewatching that one. I don't want to hear the commentary on that. You guys probably ripped us to shreds. That Al guy with a big finish is still a point from Mr. Schwartz, so we'll take that.
Hey, those are big shots, man. Those are big shots.
See?
You never
It's
know.
Massive.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely looks like you guys struggled. Just finding timing was tough for you guys, eh?
Yeah, I think. It wasn't pretty. Let's just leave it at that. Like we thought it couldn't get any worse after the first two shows. Well, now we kind of hit rock bottom, so there's really nowhere to go. Like me, Daryl, and Eric, we just bowled the open, and we all averaged fairly well and stuff like that. And then we come here and we do this. It's a joke, to be quite honest. But you know what? Sometimes you struggle. We do everything as a team, I guess, right? We struggle as a team, and then one day we'll bowl good as a team, and hopefully one of these days it'll be on this Pro League show. So it is what it is, I guess, right?
But a few of you did get off to a decent start, though. You started with a double. Daryl started a few good frames, as did Eric, and then what happened around frame 4?
It's just I think it's just speed, and then just as a team, right? When your team's struggling, everybody's trying to do everything themselves. So I think everybody might be tightening up a little bit and just trying to get that 3-4 bagger to kind of get the team into it, kind of thing, right? But Danielle at the top was struggling, obviously, up at the top. We didn't have a pull, so we didn't have that, whatever you call that kind of whatever.
Yeah, the little
that helps, so we didn't,
safety net, right?
And and Jess is a good player, obviously. So we missed her in our lineup today, and it is what it is. I'm not going to make excuses. We don't know how to bowl. We wouldn't have joined this thing if we didn't think we can. Obviously, we bowl much better when we did the exhibition match, right? So we know we can bowl. It's just a matter of finding it, and I don't know if we're going to have to start doing a 3-game kind of practice before the actual live pro game goes on, kind of thing, whatever, to get really fresh out there. But everybody was throwing well in practice and stuff. It's just tough.
I think it's all a learning curve too, right? With it being so new and not knowing what to expect. Do the teams, like you said, do you show up early, an hour early, and you get that hour practice in to be ready for these shows? It's growing into something that I don't think a lot of people expected, and now it's, do you want to be the ones showing up 5 minutes before the match and then, like you said, unfortunately playing not to your full potential and then looking like a 7-1 loss? Nobody wants to be that team, so I'm looking forward to seeing your guys' next 5 matches, because I think you guys are going to come back more heated, which I think will be fun to watch.
Yeah, if this doesn't get the fire going underneath everybody, then I don't know what will, kind of thing, right? Obviously, nobody wants to be at the bottom of the standings, but we also understand that there's a lot of talent out there, and one team is going to be at the bottom of the standings. But we don't want to be at the bottom of the standings pulling 1 point every week either, kind of thing, right?
No,
we want to have some wins on the board, but we're starting off like the Habs are starting their hockey season, so hopefully I don't know, the Messiah will come and we'll figure it out for the next. I don't think we bowl till after Christmas now, or I think. Do we? I don't even remember when our next week is. So we'll take the long layoff kind of thing, and we'll figure it out for next time. But
reevaluation.
I apologize to the viewing public that had to witness that. Please don't take that as please don't take that as what Timmins has to offer. The Invitational is in a few months, so come on up. You guys can kick our butts. We didn't even bowl 1,000 for 5, so everybody can come and kick our butts.
Yeah, everyone says the pinfall air is amazing. What the hell?
Yeah, clearly. Yeah, we switched lanes. I don't know. Maybe we'll end up on another set of lanes next week. We'll try them all. Who knows? We'll figure it out.
Awesome. Well, we'll let you go, Al. Thanks for joining us for the after show, and then we'll see you guys next match.
Yeah, for sure, guys. Thanks, and congratulations, Allison and team. Well done.
Perfect. All right.
Thanks, man.
Take care, Al.
All right, we'll bring in Allison, and guest Mark is with her, the hot shooter of the day. How's it going, guys?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Good match. 7-1 win is, that's what everyone's looking for. That's awesome. I'm sure that's not the way you guys wanted to win 7-1, but hey, a win's a win. Mark, great shooting. You were definitely the difference maker in that match. You looked solid right from the gun. You had both sides of the head pin working. How you feeling out there?
I'm feeling really good. Came into this weekend, I'm wanting to win, so I bet you I threw balls for like half an hour before we started because I just wasn't feeling comfortable, but I just kept throwing. So I got it here early enough to get, yeah. I threw enough to get warmed up, so that was good.
Yeah, you definitely looked.
Yeah, once we
definitely
hit
looked
like
really
frame
comfortable.
5 or 6, I realized that I needed to keep going. So
Yeah, Daryl was like, playing really well. He was matching you to start, and that match was close. And then you threw a couple extra strikes in there, and he missed, and that was the difference. All of a sudden, you had all the momentum there, but you also took all the momentum for the team as well. Yeah, you definitely put them on your back for that one. So good on you.
thank you. It was good.
All right. Well, obviously, Allison, you didn't have to make a pull there. The team got away with a 7-1 victory, so congratulations. We'll run our quick commercial, and then we'll bring in our managers for the next match. Congrats, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At Cargill, we have numerous brands and varieties of canola seed to meet any producer's needs. We look forward to helping you create a plan for your 2022 crop. Please contact your local crop input sales rep for any of your canola seed needs. Thank you and enjoy the bowling.
All right. So our next match number 2 of week number 5 is the Bombers versus the GP Holy Rollers. Just waiting on the Bombers lineup here for the away team. So Gerald and the home team can set their lineup, but I'm not too sure if Gerald's going to go away from what they played with before, but we'll bring them in both here right away. So first up, let's bring in Gerald. Hey Gerald, how's it going?
Good. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Morning.
Good. How you doing?
Good, good. Did you get your front door fixed?
2 of them. Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I know. We'll be all right. We can't let these guys deter us, right? So.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a long day because we were up at 3 and didn't go to bed till. Well, we didn't go to bed. Christmas parties and everything are happening, right? So the coach is tired, but the team will carry the coach, right? So
Perfect. That's what it's all about.
That's the way it should be.
that's the way it should be. Yeah.
How's the team feeling out there?
Oh, they're feeling good. They're jacked up again as usual, ready to go, right? So, yeah, they're excited. They were here early throwing balls, and I was prepping the lanes, getting them ready for them, so they're good to go.
Awesome.
Perfect. All right, and we'll bring in Allison from the Bombers. Hey, Allison.
Hey.
So Allison, you guys are going with the same lineup to start this match?
Yeah.
Perfect. You just want to go over that again for our audience?
Yeah, so we're going to go Aaron, Heidi, Daryl, Mark, and Matt.
Perfect. And then Danielle on the bench once again?
Danielle on the bench, yeah.
All right. And Gerald, the Holy Rollers lineup, what are you going with?
The Holy Rollers. I changed it a little bit. I'm starting with Corey as usual, and then Robert, Sean, Carter, and Danny. I'm going to sit. Michelle has taken over for my daughter Kaylee, Michelle Bailey, and so she'll be wearing Kaylee's shirt as a little tribute, I guess, right? And yeah. So Scott and Michelle are waiting to come in.
Perfect.
And if things go right, they'll be waiting all freaking day.
Sorry, just so you know, Gerald, you can only have 6. So you have to decide now who that 6th is going to be. Not.
Oh, I misunderstood that.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't have both sitting there on the bench. So you got to choose one that's on the bench and one that's not available.
Nobody ever told me the rules, eh? I'm like a deer in the headlight right now.
Well, we told your manager all the rules, and he. You know, he's off in a world of his own. So.
Okay, well, Scotty will be in, right? So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Scott's on the bench.
For this game. The next game, I can do that change again, correct?
You bet.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
You guys are complicated, I tell you.
Yeah. We try and make it as complicated as possible. That way we're still employed. So
That's right. That's right.
Okay, well, without further ado, let's get this second match on the road, and good luck, guys.
Good luck, Allison. Good luck.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah.
Go on, guys.
Hello.
All right, here we go. Match
You
number
trying to
2.
sneak a fast one by us? Come on.
Keeping them honest.
That's right. Good shot by Heidi.
I think it's still warm up.
Warm up.
We were supposed to be rocking and rolling. It's after 10 o'clock, people.
Well, great warm up shot. That was awesome. Well
Yeah.
done. Well done.
All right, Corey's throwing the first shot of this match.
I kind of like this angle.
Yeah, a little bit different, eh? From the
Yeah, a
other
little
side.
bit. Yeah. Kind of see the release a little bit better.
We're working with Haka there, so you know how that works. Good spare by Corey.
Little slider. Takes it out. Good start. We'll see if Corey comes out to the same hot start she had last time she was on.
Yeah, she had a huge first game.
Yeah, she was phenomenal in her first game. Absolutely.
Yeah, 332 last time out to start.
Yeah, massive. Up in that lead position, that's a great way to get your team going. I was a little surprised that there were no changes for the Bombers, but I mean, I guess not at the same time. And you win 7-1, but that's not the way you want to win 7-1 either. So I was a little surprised there were no changes, but that being said, confidence in their team, and everything could change in one match anyway. So you just got to get the right people going, and then all of a sudden everything follows. So
Yeah.
And this could be a scary game for the Bombers too. I mean, when you have 3 people struggle the way they did, and almost 4 people struggle, and they still get 7 points, that's kind of a wow. We got a freebie that time. It's usually a sign of a big game to come.
yeah, absolutely. You're not going to get away with that twice in a row for sure.
Ooh. Maybe for Sean.
I was really impressed with Graham Perry last time. I mean, 12:53 12:53 against the first game against Timmins, and then the last game they eked out by 12 over Thunder Bay. Danny huge finishes in both games. The first match to win his match, and then the second game to get the match and steal totals.
Yeah, they were super solid in both matches. Super competitive. They were right up and excited the entire time. I know when Scott built this team, he was trying to build the team around team chemistry, and I think he's done a pretty good job of that. So, and you can definitely see it. You start rolling as a team, you support each other, and good things start to happen. So, it was great to see them play as well as they did, and I wouldn't be surprised if they play as well today too.
So it looks to me that we unfortunately will be missing the Bombers total. It wasn't entered as a team name to get the team total score up there. So we'll have to keep our addition going for this match.
We'll see if we can make that change.
Oh, perfect. We have an inside person.
We'll see what we can do.
You know a guy? Now, with their you guys would know the Grand Prairie guys better than I would. Would there be any added pressure this week, having more familiarity with the teams they're competing against?
Not for all of them. Like, obviously, a few of them play the Open and stuff like that, but the gentleman on the bench probably has the most riding on this match. He's pretty good friends with a lot of the Bombers players and stuff like that. But the rest of the group, I think, is, like you said, all team chemistry and stuff like that, right?
Right, yeah. And again, it's different when you're not, I know, both coaching and playing, when you're kind of right beside a team and you look at their lineup and see the names. And I know as a coach setting lineups, it's kind of, you put it on the board so it kind of what looks most intimidating sort of thing, right? Whereas, last week some of them would have known a couple of the players from Timmins and Thunder Bay, but this week, obviously, with lots of big names on the teams they're playing the next two games, I didn't know if psychologically you thought that might impact them at all.
Yeah, I don't believe so. These guys, they're just starting to get into playing the competitive scene a lot more, and obviously with the Pro League that helps that situation out. So I don't think it's so much they're intimidated. I think they're just feeling out how good some of these players are and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Like, even I wasn't thinking intimidated, but just it's a little more, when you just from a familiarity standpoint, knowing how good the big names that are on both teams.
Yeah, exactly. It's obviously got to have something, because these guys do know who these players are, so there's got to be a little preconceived notion of what's going to happen or how they're going to play and stuff like that. And you want to be the best player against them too, right? You want to show that there's a reason why we're playing this event.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know which is worse, the pressure or the
not knowing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Again, Heidi's trying to set a record here for a number of times hitting the middle without getting a double, I think.
Yeah.
But again, solid, picking up all their sticks.
So important.
Oh. 10 in the pit for DB.
All right. We should be getting team totals up there, and we're good.
Yeah, there we go.
There it is. Beautiful.
Like a 5-pin universe getting it done again.
Just glad we figured that out. New system, only a couple years in, and there's certain things that we still have to figure out as we go along. But that's
sure.
one of them. So definitely a slower start than both teams really hoped for. Alternating marks of the BPG Bombers there. Both have gone either mark open or open mark. So, and
I think
GP hasn't been any different.
I think the Bombers have already hit for the cycle of every possible realistic combination hitting the head pin with the result.
Yeah, you are right. Head pin split,
Head pin split,
chop,
left, right,
aces.
chop, aces.
Yeah, they got it all.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive for 8 shots.
Congratulations, guys.
We have a new pro team record.
That's right. Danny a little quick with his feet there. Much better shot. This might be another grinding match, guys.
Starting to look that way, and as we discussed, I thought the Bombers might come out just firing away after getting away with a couple gifts the last match.
Yeah, especially when you see, we see Heidi's a couple warm-up balls, and they were bombs, and she comes out in the first frame and throws a bomb. She was the one that was really hitting the middle well, but struggling to get things to go, and then you could see her starting to get things to go.
Yeah,
that's a momentum swing for your team, and unfortunately, no one's really came out firing on either side. So.
Oh.
Just launch the head pin up and over that 2-pin and back across.
I'm old, so I'm used to seeing that back in the free fall days, but it's not as common on strings, that's for sure.
Yeah, lots of speed, lots of rotation. You hit it just the right way. But
head pin goes off the wall, and
good half. Good shot by Robert. Is that the first time we've had 2 marks in a row from a team? It is. All right.
Yeah.
First momentum building frame. Here we go.
In the same frame, yeah.
Yeah, for the team.
Oh.
Good shot by Sean, and the Holy Rollers have something building over there.
That's where sometimes too you get off to a slow start for a couple of frames, and then you notice the other team is there with you. It's like a boost of momentum, saying, "Hey, we kind of got away with our start here. Let's get going."
Yeah, that's exactly right. You just want to be the team that jumps onto the momentum train first, really.
Yeah.
That's the huge thing about a great lead bowler, right? They're the ones that got to get the team off to a hot start and try and keep momentum going, even though the rest of the team may be struggling. If they can hold you in it, and then all of a sudden you catch on, hey, we should be matching what our lead bowler's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Strikes and marks are contagious. We talk about it all the time, and you see the first person go out there getting marks. All of a sudden in your head you see them. It comes way easier. You freewheel a little bit. You just a little bit more natural release. You start seeing people punching. You start punching too. It's kind of the way it works.
Yeah, I'll kind of touched on that last game too, right? When you get down a bunch or even a little bit, suddenly everybody wants to be the one to throw 3, 4, 5 strikes in a row. But it's like baseball. You can't hit an 8-run home run. You just got to get people on base.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Just a couple marks each, and that's the easiest way to get going.
Yep.
All right. So not the 10th frame, or sorry, not the frame that Danny wanted there, but ultimately that was a really good frame by the Holy Rollers. You're always looking for that 4 to 5 mark sort of range.
Yeah.
So good start for them there. BPG Bombers can match them here too. Just, one person on each side has a bit of a stumble, and the rest of them are remarks. So,
Yeah.
Pretty even. Good shot by Maddie.
I know we kind of discuss this all the time, but you'll have to remind me, in the Holy Rollers score system, it's not adding in the strikes below?
It is. Yeah, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It adds it adds the 15 of count.
Perfect. Yeah. So we got accurate scoring against both teams. Perfect.
Yeah.
So people following along can look at team totals and know actually how close it is.
Yeah.
Within 15 or 16 points, I think is what it was.
250 to 248 right now.
Good shot by Aaron.
Good spare for Corey.
We got a match, guys.
Yeah,
sure do.
This is fun. Just wait till the commercial break. We'll wreck that.
That's right. She's so solid. She throws the ball so well, but she's getting nothing today.
Yeah, and that's
super
where it's
accurate.
That's where it's so hard as a coach, because you see someone throwing the ball that well, you got to think that there's 2 or 3 strikes in a row in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's tough, right? It's so tough. I mean, it goes back to the great debate of whether you want to be super accurate all the time and just hit everything you're aiming at, or do you want to be a little bit wild but have a higher strike percentage,
Yeah.
You miss the middle 2-3 times a game, but when you do hit, you're getting strikes. Yeah, I don't know. Robert throws a double in there. It's a big double for them. I think every double in this match is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Good shot by Darryl, rolled out nicely. And Sean covers up the chop off.
Darryl's been pretty solid. Just a couple shots, he gets a little bit ahead of himself, and then yanks it left.
Yeah. And Carter looks like he's trying real hard out there.
Yeah, he's working.
Another great shot by Mark. Playing really well. He gets it to the side. He's probably going to go.
Yeah. There you go. Carter's working.
Yeah.
As we used to call it, a half-ass bowler. You get the side spares all the time.
That's right.
He's working it.
That's where you pick up a ball, stand on the approach, put the ball back down, and then throw your first shot.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
The second ball's working way better.
Good shot by Maddie there. They're going into the 5th frame with 2 doubles. A couple extra strikes in there. You could definitely see them starting to loosen up a little and throw some great shots out there. So starting to see the tides turn on the BPG favor over the last 14 frames. So good to see.
Yeah, and still five marks there for the Rollers.
Yeah, absolutely. Another really solid frame. And there's a 1-pin difference.
I like this match already.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the Rollers have 1 extra mark, but the Bombers have 1 extra double.
That's right. Even in balls.
Come on.
Ooh. For someone who said he's pretty tired, Gerald's getting rowdy out there.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
The momentum crushers. Did
Yeah.
you see that? The commentator Black Cloud just kind of hovering over him.
Just trying to keep it even.
Don't get too far ahead of yourselves.
That's right.
We'll jinx you.
Good pins by Corey.
Big shot coming up for Robert on his double. Try and put some distance between him and Heidi.
Yep, and try and keep pace with Mark and Mark and Matt at the bottom, right?
And that's even more important for sure.
Robert's one of the more underrated players I think we have in the province. The guy is incredible. And when
as long as he doesn't have a broken leg.
Yeah, exactly. As long as he doesn't break an ankle on his way to the strippers.
Great
shot.
Roasted.
Wow.
As someone who's had some weird injuries himself, that sounds like a cool story.
Yeah, it's one, hopefully for a podcast future that we'll get into.
All right, we're having our first poll here.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Daniela's going in for Heidi.
Heidi just hit the middle too much. That was her problem.
That's exactly it. She played well, but there's a point you got to see if we can get somebody else to get it to the side, right?
Yeah. Sometimes you have to go by score rather than what it looks like.
Yep. And good spare by Robert there.
Great shot by Sean.
Wow. Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
My internet was faster on my side. I said it first. Great shot
by Terrell.
Yeah. Yes. Even though they had the two head pins up top, Daryl's able to keep team momentum going with a double and bring it back down to the guys that are working good at the bottom.
Yeah, that's the big thing in team events, eh? You know, you throw
harder.
you throw that one double, and all of a sudden it kind of wipes out everything that happened just before that. You feel it, you know, you get right into it. All of a sudden you gain that momentum back really quick.
Yep.
Oh, I think you'll be okay with that.
Yeah. Plus, getting back to Daryl, when you've got 46 in the third on a strike, like that can go either way too. He punches there, all of a sudden he doesn't have 90 in the fifth, and the team's already made a move. So, like, that was a huge shot for him.
Totally.
Yeah. Danny, I know Danny's usually a fast player, but he just seems overly quick at the moment.
Yeah, his arm is not arriving at the same time. The same problem that we've seen with a lot of people today. It's just the timing is just off a little bit.
Yeah, that was a lot better.
Shot.
Yeah.
And last week last time out, he rarely missed, and he couldn't afford to miss at any time.
Yeah,
he was so solid last time out. And and that's team play, right? This today, there's a few people helping him along too.
Yep. Yes. Perfect. So going into the commercial break, it's a big game, 534 to 496. So just 40 pins roughly, but lots of marks on both sides.
Yeah. Good
awesome.
Start.
All right. We'll thank our sponsors once again, and then we'll bring back the rest of this match.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centres across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
of match number 2, week number 5, between the Bombers and the Holy Rollers. We have a close one here.
Yeah, you know what? The way it started out, we thought it might be another grinding match, and then frame 3 hit for both teams, and they both started to make it click and find a bit of momentum. And ooh, that was a far better shot by Corey, though.
Great shot.
I think she'll take that. That was a good shot.
Yeah. Well, pretty soon she'll start getting rewarded for her hits, right?
Totally. Aaron hits thick right and has it roll out. Good shot. Good fingers on that shot.
It's a pretty big game for both teams too, really. Like Grand Prairie came in 13 points in their first 2. Obviously, the Bombers rough week 1, only get 3 points, but coming off seven points last game. You know, it's almost some of these games almost become like 4-pointers in hockey or basketball.
Mm-hmm. Totally. I mean, the Bombers went in today being 3-13, and now they're going to be, 10-14. So this game is really a match that gives them an opportunity to get back to 500, and you're definitely wanting to shoot for around 500 because half of each division makes the playoffs. So that puts them kind of right in the wheelhouse of things. So. Yeah, I'm sure they're taking this match very seriously right now. Ooh, and that TV timeout for Robert did not help. He had some good momentum going there in the 5-dash. Good cover.
Yeah, because now Danielle's back within a ball of them.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Get out of there! Sean punches. That's a big punch, but Daryl opens the 6th frame as well on that double. So that's in a normal team atmosphere where you're facing people side by side. You see somebody open up on a double, you feel pretty good about yourself. You're looking like, okay, that's a big momentum swing right there. Now just jump on your own game and go from there. But I wonder if they saw that. But that's every time you see that any double open up, that's a big swing in your favor.
Match is within 4 now, right?
Yeah. Daryl keeps looking like he's just one shot away from going off, and then a little mistake pops up.
Yeah, that's been kind of Daryl's. I know he's been playing well Sunday night match play league, but the 2 WCBT events he came in, he threw great shots, but then he would always have those hiccups in the middle of his runs, right?
Yeah.
It's a tough thing to shake.
He's really close to being very good again.
Yeah.
He's just trying to get that one shot in between.
Big
great shot by Carter.
Yeah.
After struggling for the first 4, coming back with the double and 5 and 6 is really big.
I think Danny signaled for the pull.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think he's just not feeling it. Yep. We have a Haka sighting.
And that's another thing that might be different with being in different centers too, right? When like Matt might have known how hot Danny was the last 2 times out, and and now he's out of the game. There might be risk of a let up. Probably not with someone like Matt, but when you're playing somebody that you know's good or has been on a roll, and you're playing them and they get them out of the game, it's almost like, okay, tendency could be to let up a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of the mentality is like, oh, I already beat one person, now I just got to beat the guy that's coming in for them. But yeah, like you said, it's like, oh, I must be ahead by quite a bit. But
this is unfortunate frame for both teams, but I mean, BPG had an opportunity to really jump ahead.
Yeah.
And unfortunately didn't capitalize on the 2 doubles in there. So This match remains very even.
I told you that commercial break will set things straight.
Oh,
Great shot.
Wow, Corey buries one in the left
Yeah.
corner last frame to leave, or left pocket to leave a corner on the left side last frame, and then throws it real thick on the right hand side and gets everything to push. So,
Yeah.
had some good roll on that shot. Good for her. Good strike.
Yeah.
And Aaron matches with a double.
Big shot for the 2-time single Masters tournament men's champion.
That's a tough one to say.
Yeah, that's a long one.
You needed to throw back to back in there too, and then you
Yeah,
wouldn't
back
have,
to
like,
back.
the tongue twister would have been complete.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, Robert just needs to pick up the spare and try and keep his little bit of a cushion here on Danielle.
Oh.
That left side is trouble for them, eh?
Yeah. The penalty shot, right? You miss the middle, you get tapped on your next ball.
Yep, all the time.
Definitely.
Gotta be careful leaving points out there. Danny's a heck of a pin player. She doesn't leave too much out there. Even though that you may be struggling against each other, she can make up her pins on the cleanups.
Absolutely.
4-pin match here.
Yeah. A little fast.
You know, it's funny because it's felt like Sean's played pretty decent this game too, and he's still under pace for 200. Good shot by Daryl.
Oh.
Woo. Skinny on the right side.
Carries
Good
that
laugh.
corner pin on the left side. That was tapped all day.
Absolutely.
So with Carter here, we talked a little bit earlier with Heidi about hitting it all the time and not getting anything going. Sometimes, Carter starts out miss spare, or a bunch of miss spares in a row. Kind of that almost feels better sometimes because you make that tiny adjustment on your first ball. You've got a ball that's working because you're getting a spare every time.
Exactly. I completely agree with you, Steve. Sometimes that's just a mentality change a little, trying a little too hard on the first ball and freewheeling a little bit better on the second, and then you try to get that same mentality for the first shot, then all of a sudden things start to come together. And he's got 128 and 5 with, he's now 3 for 7 on the middle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's right in this match with Johnny, right? And Johnny's been on the middle all over it, except for this frame. That one will be a good match coming all the way down to 10.
I agree. Good shot by Scott, coming in off that bench. Good for him.
And that's so big for your team mentality too, right? You get a little right, your anchor bullet just gets pulled out of the game, and everybody has a tendency to start pressing. But then the guy that comes in throws a bomb right off the hop, and then it gives everybody a lot more confidence.
Yeah, exactly. And they stack 4 marks that frame, right? Against BPG's 3 marks, 1 double, so they got that on them, right? So it's pretty even for momentum.
Matt's been striker punch all day today.
Yeah.
Either gets to the side and it goes, or it's right through the front face.
So BPG still maintaining that 30 to 40 pin gap, but
1 extra mark for the rollers.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. These are big first balls here for each of the lead bowlers.
Yeah.
Both in their individual matches and their team totals. These shots are getting bigger by the frame.
Pushed.
Good
nice.
shot.
Carries, good shot.
You could see that she was really good and aggressive with that shot too.
Oh yeah.
Good shot. We'll see if Aaron answers. Great ball.
It was getting a touch thin and rolled right through. Not a problem.
Yeah, when he's thin, with that amount of speed and rotation that he has, you just can't do that touch thin. If you throw it real thin or thick or anything, his strike zone is pretty big.
Oh yeah.
Such a huge shot though. He goes up 22. If he doesn't throw a strike there, he's trailing in the match.
Exactly.
Ooh. All right.
Great shot by Danielle.
Hey Robert, make sure to pick up all your sticks here. You don't want to. All of a sudden now Robert's going to be down in that match, right? 165.
Yeah, so I mean, if Danielle throws the double, that gives her 165. So, if she throws twice, the next two for sure. BPG's got something brewing this frame.
Yep. Now they got 2 doubles working and a strike.
Good shot by Sean.
Keeps him close to Daryl. Oh yeah, they're starting to. You can feel the team emotion, right? It's starting to build. They're starting to throw big shots. You want GP to see this.
And that's what I love about team bowling. It's so hard to duplicate in singles. I mean, singles you get a little. It's just not the same as teams.
Yeah. Great shot by Carter.
That strike by Sean is absolutely huge when BPG throws a whole bunch of strikes and then, you have somebody punch in the middle, to have somebody come back and throw that strike right away after that punch to maintain that momentum is huge. What
Absolutely.
a great play by BPG.
Yeah.
That's huge.
This is big for Scott, right? To keep 2 doubles working, right? You gotta. Yes, good shot. Oh.
Wow.
Absolutely buried left pocket for that corner. Good ball.
It's a few shots for them that are just blown through that left side.
Yeah, that left side has been tough.
That was a great shot.
Big miss.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. He's going to want that one back.
Yeah.
Yes, especially when team throws all strikes and they're we've got to have taken some momentum here, and then you look next door and they've pretty much matched you. Like that can almost deflate you.
Totally, yeah. Because then the mentality changes a little bit too. Now if everybody throws strikes on both sides, then you just don't want to be the first one to screw up, and that's a big mentality change because we all know if you're going up there yelling, don't punch, chances are you're going to punch, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's a big negative change, right? Super aggressive. Had a chance, I think, right?
Good release. Just needed to get just a touch to the side. I think that goes. Oh,
it's a great count though.
There's that thin shot.
Yeah. It's the touch thin. It's just the, it's not super thin. It's just that hair outside the pocket.
Yeah. Well, that gives Aaron a good chance to lock up this match, right? But now he's got to be thinking, don't miss this spare, because you got to give your team all the points you can, because it's still a close match. It's not a runaway, right?
Totally.
So they're up about 50 right now, right? With one extra, with
a couple extra marks.
With 2 extra strikes, yeah.
Oh. Definitely not the miss he wanted. He's still in really good position. He's got 2 balls in hand.
Yeah.
For his match, but he definitely wanted that for team total.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a big bounce back for Robert. He's gonna take a little extra time on this one.
That's one thing we really see with Robert too, is as he does better, he slows right down. Great shot. Hey,
and Danny's obviously working to work on a good strike and build a lead here. Yeah.
Great ball.
I like it.
See, and
This is
that's
the way it
really
should
what
be.
they were looking for
Great shot,
for that
Sean.
pole, right? It's just somebody that could throw 2 strikes in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you need strikes.
Yeah. And again, Heidi played great. It just wasn't working out, right? So
Yeah.
That's a huge double for Sean. Bigger
Great
triple
shot.
by Daryl.
wow. Yeah.
This is the way it should be. Every shot's big now, right? Like, you can't make a mistake now.
This is now a huge shot for Carter.
Yeah. 5 pins, both on strikes.
Oh.
He knew as soon as he let it go.
Yeah. All right. All on Johnny here. Oh, man.
Wow.
Like I said, that's it's going to be so close in 10.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Those big pins for Mark.
Yeah. Some people think pinning's overrated, but not in the 9th frame when you both punch.
Not when your match is worth just a 1 or a 0, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's what I mean. Like, strikes are going to win you games. Pinning isn't going to win you games, but it'll stop you from losing matches, right?
Yeah.
And you're not going to run away with a match by pinning, but you'll definitely stop those a couple close match losses, and that's what this game is about.
Yeah.
Not what Scott wanted there after throwing 2 really good shots.
yeah.
Wow.
Good shot by Matty. Came in
It's not
high.
going to hurt him.
No.
Yeah, came in definitely high on the left side. He obviously thought he was going to get more than that, but that's a good shot, good release, good fingers.
Good result. Right?
Yeah.
But two really good frames in a row for the Bombers kind of solidifies totals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives them 100 points.
Up basically 100.
They're definitely, the Holy Rollers will definitely need some help if they want to steal team total in this match.
Yeah, just pack 10 full and you never know, right?
Great shot. She's throwing the ball really well.
Thin shot again. Aaron gets that one to sweep.
Yeah, it's the big outside.
Just need it thin enough where it's not going to cut through.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because there's enough oomph to carry the right side.
So there's 1 point locked up for the Bombers.
Good half by Corey. Well thrown game. Untimely punch a 9, but outside of that, I mean, she threw the ball really well. He's getting all kinds of strikes out there. Thin left, super thick left.
Like you said, Aaron's strike zone is so big once he gets the roll going.
Absolutely.
Right,
really
Robert.
big shot here for Robert.
Yeah.
Great ball.
Great shot. They're not deterred by hitting the left pocket, that's for sure.
Nope.
Which is good.
Yes.
I mean, you might get tapped every once in a while, but I'd still rather have both sides of the head pin working than just try to force it to the one side.
And being scared of throwing it left. Yeah.
Totally.
So another big shot here for Robert. So he can go to 248, and Danny coming off the bench with a double, she can go to 255.
Yeah, so if he throws a double, forces her to throw the double.
Is he waiting to see what she does?
I think so, yeah. Oh, side. He obviously wasn't.
Yeah, I guess not. Yeah.
No. Just seemed a little bit like a longer break, but like you said, he knows how big these shots are.
Absolutely. So that now makes her match at 215. So that should get Robert the win.
Yeah.
Well, they said they needed help to get back to team total. I mean, they're still a ways behind, but, Sean's got a double work in there. We'll see what happens with Daryl, right? Team total is still within reach, but they're still definitely going to need some help.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
I think they
1-1.
because they can add. I think they got 180 left that they can add to their total, so they can get to I think 12, 18. Yeah, they need a lot of help from DB here.
Yeah.
But the match is also DB's match is also it's only 19 sticks, but both on doubles.
Oh, good
Big
push.
shot.
How much do you think Daryl's loving being back into team atmosphere, throwing big shots?
No doubt, eh?
He looks a little excited.
Seeing stars right now, needs to take a seat.
Yeah. Hey, Sean, this is a big one. Match him up. There you go.
Great shot.
Oh, game on.
That's enough.
It was 19, wasn't it?
Well, okay, so
He'll have to hit it.
Yeah, he has to hit it, but
Guaranteed
right
a
now
tie.
he's at least good for tie.
Right. Teams letting him know, make sure.
I miss it. Make it exciting.
Ooh.
Steve.
I was kidding. Does add to the drama, though.
Yeah.
It does, absolutely it does.
Ooh,
Good
wow.
shot. Here we go.
One shot for half a point. Big half a point too. Right? That half a point could be deciders on ties for positioning and stuff like that.
Absolutely. That's a big shot by Mark.
Oh.
2-1 for Bombers so far.
And team total is pretty well wrapped up, so just fighting for individual points right now. It was a big first strike by Mark there. Carter's forced to answer.
Yep.
That'll do that one.
Looking like 7-1.
Yeah, it's looking like another 7-1 for them.
It is 7-1. Nothing else they can do now.
Yep. Unless, well, yeah, Carter almost spared the head pin, which would have forced Johnny to not rip a 3-pin, basically. But
Oh.
so that will make the Bombers 17 and 15 now. So they went from 3 and 13 to 17 and 15 in a day. That's a great day for the Bombers right there.
Yeah, that's massive. Now puts them technically in first place.
Yeah.
And the Rollers go to 14 and 7.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. And the next gen are going to come out firing because they're 8 and 8. They don't want to get up below that 500 threshold. So they know the importance of this match coming up. So expect them to come out firing as well.
So not the game GP one come out 11:58. They obviously had higher expectations, and this one hurts a little bit, but they got a redemption match following right away, facing Next Gen.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of positives in their game. A couple missteps there, a couple misses, and some untimely punches, and that's just kind of the way bowling is. So nothing to be too upset about. Just hope for a bounce back game next game.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll just wait for our team managers here to get in the green room, and we'll bring them in. It looks like we have Gerald sitting in here already. We'll bring Gerald in. Hey, Gerald.
Hey, guys. Oh, sorry, a little halo behind me. There we go.
No worries. So, obviously it was close going all the way into 9-10. You guys were right in there. Couple of hiccups at the end there, but great performance. Not the team total I think you guys were looking for, especially after the way you guys played in your first 2 matches of the season.
Yeah, but you know how these things can roll, right? These guys were hitting, and Corey's back was getting a little tired from carrying them last game, right? So,
yes, for sure.
But no, it was a good match. Congratulations to you guys.
Yeah, we'll bring Allison in there.
Oh, yeah. There you are.
Yeah. So we'll switch over to the Bombers really quick. 7-1, 7-1. A little bit of flip from the first showing. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's huge. So that gives you 17 points, 15 against. So technically, you guys are in first place.
Feels great.
Definitely gets you above 500, and I'm sure your guys' goal coming into this match was to get to 7-1 or to win both matches. 7-1 is obviously great. So congratulations again.
Thank you. Yeah.
So solid bowling all the way through your lineup today for this match especially. The pull with Heidi has got to be tough. I mean, she was so solid. She was hitting everything, just couldn't get anything to go. But sometimes that's a pull you need to make, right? Because Danny could come in and you know what, she may not hit as the middle as often, but she could throw more strikes, and that's kind of what you needed at that point. I think that was a good pull.
Yeah, I think we just needed to mix something up in that spot. Heidi was throwing really well all day, but just not getting scores. So
yeah, for sure. So we'll let BPG Bombers go here, and Gerald, we're gonna run our commercial, and then we'll come back and we'll get this next match set up. So
I'll get my lineup set up. You betcha.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Right.
Thanks. Thank you. Good luck. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
See you, Allison.
At Cargill, we have numerous brands and varieties of canola seed to meet any producer's needs. We look forward to helping you create a plan for your 2022 crop. Please contact your local crop input sales rep for any of your canola seed needs. Thank you and enjoy the bowling.
Perfect. All right. So for our third match and final match of the day, we have the GP Holy Rollers versus Bonnie Doon's Next Gen. We have our team managers waiting in the back. We'll bring in Desiree Ticket, manager for the Next Gen, and Gerald Hafner for the GP Holy Rollers. And Desiree is off-site for this one, so quite the little difference we have going on here. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh. So Des, you're down at the Youth Challenge for the provincials, are you?
Calgary's qualifying.
Oh, Calgary's qualifying. Very cool.
Nice. That's awesome.
So have you been in contact with your team while you've been down there, while they've been warming up, or any of that good stuff?
I have, yeah. We had FaceTime earlier when they bowled a game, so I was kind of communicating through that way. So now I'm pulling the double virtual. I got a laptop screen on one side, a cell phone on the other. So
Nice. Are you going to be making polls from down there too?
I am, yes.
Nice. I love it. That's awesome. What a cool thing we could do with this format, Carrie.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. So Gerald, so you are the away team, so
Yeah.
give us your lineup.
Well, before I go here, isn't there somewhere in the fine print that the coach has to be there?
No.
She is virtually.
How would you
And
know?
are we
You
using the
apparently
word
read the
manager,
rules to
not
begin
coach,
with.
right?
Our
It's
manager, right?
manager.
So my starting lineup will be Robert Tompkins, Michelle Bailey I'm putting in. She's taking over for Kately, Sean Tompkins, Carter Stretch, and Scotty Hoka. And Corey will be sitting and waiting to come in.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And Desiree, your guys' lineup to face that?
I've got Ty, Jenna, Rylan, Brad, Evan, with Trevor on the bench.
Perfect. So Gerald, you guys are obviously looking for a bounce back after that tough
here.
match.
Yeah. Well, that was
Yeah.
a really good match, you guys, and these guys were loose, but I think I owed the lings wrong this morning. Obviously, I did.
Yeah.
I did the V thing that Sherwood does in the back on the Pindex there, but that didn't work. So
You have to figure out some new tricks.
We do
Right.
it earlier in the week because it does create blow through. So I'd like your left pocket.
it does do that. Yeah,
It does,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I let it dissipate over the week. So if you did it this morning, it's on you.
Okay.
And
Maybe run back
Desiree,
real quick.
yeah. And, obviously, you guys only had the one match scheduled for today. So, any insight? Did they play a couple games before, or how did they get warmed up for this match?
Yeah, they were early at the lanes this morning, so they threw a game to start, get themselves all warmed up, and we're ready to go now.
Perfect. Well, with that all being said, good luck and best
Good
of luck
luck.
this match.
Good luck, Desiree.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a good
You
game,
as well.
guys. Yeah.
Alrighty, here we go. GP Holy Rollers versus Bonnie Doon Next Gen.
You know, they call the next gen, but that lineup is so stacked.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy
Such
the
a
amount of
solid
talent they have on that team. But with that being said, they're in the middle of the pack, right? They need a breakout game here, and GP needs the same thing. They need to recover after that loss, and this is going to be an interesting match. This is kind of going to be a statement match, I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely. Next Gen's playing on a different side of the house this time. They were playing on the high side. I think they lanes 45 or 46 last time. And now they're playing on lane 2.
Yeah.
So big swing in the house. Good start by both Robert and Tyler there. So Next Gen is running with a guy on the bench. So that means Jenna will be playing this entire game. Good start by her.
So from my standpoint, the Next Gen team is just amazing to watch. Just from coaching at a few YBC nationals, and we've hosted a couple, and like seeing so many of them through their YBC careers, and then when we were out in Calgary at Bowling Depot a few years ago, and I was coaching the senior boys team. They had there's just a crazy field. The Alberta team was Tyler and Trevor, and I think Michael Marciano and Ben Angus. Manitoba had Ryan Bourne and Sam Gilardi. And then on the girls' side, Jenna threw the perfect game at that time. And to be in the building when that happened, that was just like, I still get goosebumps. It was so electric.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
So to watch them all, like, I've only seen them a little bit in person at YBC events. Well, Tyler Evick's coaching against them, but just to see like how they conduct themselves at such a young age, and then how they developed and turned that into, like, they're years beyond where growth wise where you think they could be at that age.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So much talent all the way through this lineup at such an incredibly young age. And yeah, you talk about Jenna's perfect game. I mean, she was 14 or 15 years old in a national event, and to throw it there is unbelievable. And the hard part is that Jenna is incredible, but she doesn't believe it. She's one of those people that really struggles with the confidence side of the game, and she's done things that people never do. The amount of perfect games that have been ever thrown in a national event is minuscule. And for the fact that she did it at 14 or 15 years old, and we still have to try to convince her that she's as good as she is. It's crazy.
Yeah, and hers was the first at a YBC Nationals for 5-pin, which of course is much different than 10-pin. But yeah, it was, and it was so cool because we were probably 8, 10, 12 lanes away, but could hear just the noise and excitement without completely knowing what was going on, and then word of mouth. And then she threw the first one in the 10th, and then a huge roar, and then nothing for like 2 minutes because one of her balls got stuck. So like to be able to go through that, and just with all the people, the noise, I know she basically, like, emotionally was just completely spent. She basically collapsed when it was done.
Yeah. But to maintain that composure through that is pretty incredible.
Yeah, when like half the people watching were like, nervous and shaking, let alone to be able to have to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So the next gen comes out firing quickly, 3 straight strikes, and then a couple opens there. So they're going to want to try to get back onto that mark train, find that momentum again, and a great first frame for the Holy Rollers. Awesome. They'll take 5 marks every frame if they could.
Yep. Exactly.
So here's the difference too with with having weeks off between an event, right? The first week Danny was so solid and carried them basically through the second game. Corey carried them through the first game. But, if it's the same day and he has a blip at the start of the next game, he's probably back in there this game. But
totally. Yeah.
But with several weeks in between, obviously,
Yep.
It's not as fresh.
Yeah, and it's hard to say what they've been doing in between weeks too, right? I mean, Robert, I know. Did Carter make it down for TPC, Carrie? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Carter was down for TPC. Scott was down for TPC, but I know like Tyler was in TPC, Jenna, Ryland, Brad, Evan, all of them played a couple shifts in the TPC. Jenna was playing. Nope, she wasn't. Ryland was playing the accelerated singles for the youth championships last weekend too. So lots of competitive balls in the last couple of weeks. So they should be definitely, mid-season form at this point.
The great thing about especially Rylan is that I sold him that bowling ball, so I think he owes me like $1 for every strike he throws with it. So it's stacking up for me.
Unless he gave you the same deal that Weber gave Joe Wood. Weber uses the bowling balls from Joe Wood for his entire life and has just made a career off of it. The amount of money that guy has made with those bowling balls is outrageous.
Yeah. Yeah, Holy Rollers are just putting marks together, right? Keep putting black marks together. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, a really solid first 2 frames there with a player to go yet, and next gen's close, but they're looking a little bit tight to start.
Yeah, I think they're so young and stuff like that. Like the first 5 frames are gonna kind of be whatever. You're gonna see them really buckle down after the break, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's where it's super important for any team facing them. You got to get up early and you got to build a gap, because they're one of those teams that they can just throw 5-baggers to finish, no problem. So
yeah, and despite their age, they have so much experience already that's really not even an issue.
Yeah, exactly.
Good pins by Scotty.
Yep.
Good frame by both teams.
Yeah, another good frame.
Ryland was playing the accelerated singles last weekend at St. Albert, and he played really well. I believe he ended up in third, just being squeaked out by Jeremiah Said for second. But it's funny. I was talking to him. This is the one game where you can't play defense, right? And he shot really well. I think he averaged around 260. But the senior boy that won, Josh Woodkovich, shot 18-18 for 6. It was huge. He had a 720 double to start and kind of put the whole field behind him right away. So great bowling by Ryland on the weekend. Great bowling by Josh on the weekend.
Wow.
It's crazy.
But I think too, like you guys obviously have a really strong YBC program right there, but you need the progression of competition. Like I'm not sure the exact age difference, but you get like Trevor and Tyler, obviously really, really good, but with like Bradley and Evan being a touch older, right? You've got someone that you're always trying to catch up to or compete with.
Yeah,
and that's huge. I know in our YBC too, it's hard to you'll see other centers or get kids if they're the best player in their center at like 215 or 220 with lots of talent, where the bar could be so much higher, but they don't see the reason to push themselves. But when you've got like
great shot by Ryland.
Yeah, when you've got like so much talent and so many people that you're trying to get as good at, then you're doing everything you can to improve because you have to.
You're absolutely right, Steve. I attribute a lot of my own personal success to exactly that. I mean, obviously, I grew up with Tim, so we competed against each other, but
yeah.
We also had Nick Abdemiritz, and we had William Sutherland and Brandon Sweeney and all these guys, Mark Huluopa, Marty Luopa. We had so many guys in our age range that were at our center that we had to, if we wanted to make teams, we had to get better all the time. And somebody would make a big step, and then everyone would follow shortly after out of necessity. And it really is a huge advantage to have. Great shot by Brad there. This is a good frame going for the next gen and for the Holy Rollers again. So the Holy Rollers the next gen totals are not adding in marks.
Yeah.
Good shot by Evan there. Touched in on the right hand side, but
And Michelle with a good start, making Gerald look good, getting her in the game.
Yeah, Michelle used to play with us down in Edmonton for a couple of years there, and then she ended up moving up north. So when they said that Michelle was going to be taking over Kaylee's spot, there was a nice surprise to hear her name out there again. She could definitely play.
So the next gen is at 315. after the third frame, so they're a little bit behind, but they got obviously a double working and a couple extra strikes and another spare.
Yeah, this is a big spare for Scott to match marks, and there it is. Another solid frame for GP. Yeah, talking about this next gen team, like I said, experience is, definitely something that they don't lack. I remember, and you talk about how they carry themselves too, and I've told this story a few times, but I remember Tyler as a peewee. I think he was 5 years old or 6 years old at Sherwood Bowl on lane 15 and 16, and threw a 5-bagger with absolute perfect form, and didn't even phase him. It didn't matter to him. He wasn't even excited, and he's like 5 or 6 with a 5-bagger, and it just didn't matter. And I remember watching this and be like, holy cow, like insane.
Well, it just seems like when in my dealings with him, just a super kid too. Like, as far as when we were in Calgary, a couple Newfoundland had a really, really young team, and I think one or two of them were actually underage as a senior, so they were getting it handed to them quite a bit because like the field was so strong. Like I said, we averaged 240 and didn't even medal. But just the way he as a leader acted, and I remember when he won gold at one of the singles nationals. And we had the closing ceremonies at Durham College here in Oshawa. And I remember him getting his picture taken and then making sure that he brought the other medalists in for the picture, and like something that a lot of kids wouldn't even have thought of. I mean, he's had that experience before too, but just gracious and making sure that he shared the, shared the spotlight.
Good shot by Ryland. He's a phenomenal human being. Both him and Brad they're both very, very different people, but they're both amazing. They're both great. Tyler's a little bit more like reserved, and Brad's a little bit more, wears his heart on his sleeve a little. But they're both just such great people and great with people, and they've both started coaching, and they're both great at that, and they're both great with the kids, and can't say enough about those two Capoeira boys, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Brad was coaching the Bantam boys at Nebs there at the Nationals last time we had a Nationals, I think. And just for someone so young, just the way he interacted with everybody, really impressive.
Yeah, that was Skylar Penner and JD, right? JD Hislop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
did they tell you the story? Sorry, go ahead, Kerry.
All right, so just getting back to the match a little bit here. GP Holy Rollers are starting to slow down here, and the next gen are taking off.
Yeah,
GP's gonna need to.
They've had 4 marks every frame so far, and they have 2 opens, and we're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Like they were playing really well, but next gen's so good that they start throwing strikes, and you have 2 opens, and then momentum switches really quick.
Yeah. All marks with 2 doubles going.
Yeah, that's huge.
Great
Good answer by Carter. It's a big strike.
All right, Scott needs to keep their team rocking here.
You definitely want to hang around, like,
Mm-hmm.
because you've seen it. It can happen so often. All you need is, like, not to jinx anything, but a couple guys that are on doubles open, and the other team throws 5 marks. It can be a brand new ball game, especially we're adding in like the commercial break coming up too next frame.
Exactly. Yep.
So you definitely want to hang around.
Well, the total's already flipped, right? They're at 465 for next gen. They're already leading, and they're building on all these marks, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It just completely flipped that frame. I know GP's been putting some marks together, but those doubles and that 4-bagger by Ryland, it's really starting to take its toll on the totals already.
Yeah, and GP's been playing really solid. You just have you stumble one frame and it gives an opportunity back.
Yeah. You need a big answer here in frame 5 and keep it civil, I guess you could call it, and then work through the commercial break, and you never know.
And again, Robert's up 20. If he can throw a strike here, and he's playing Tyler, that gives your team some hope.
Yeah, great shot. And so this is a statement match for these teams. This is your match. You need to really put something together and show that you're in the top of this division, and you got your initial points for a reason, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Good shot by Ty. Comes in a little bit high. Good half.
Yeah, so Michelle's been playing really well. Just had a stumble there last frame.
See if Jenna can jump on that.
Yeah. Oh, wow. She had the right corner fall forward last frame, and then that one she put in the pocket, and it didn't even look at like the left corner even thought about falling over.
Now you wonder if they had the 18 inches. She catches that. Right?
Yeah.
That's close.
Okay, so no damage done there, right? Both got 15. Move on to the next frame.
Yeah, both within a mark.
Yeah.
Rowley's looking to keep that momentum going.
Looking to put a blue bill in my pocket here. Great shot by Sean. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for the $5, Rylan. I'm gonna keep track on this, Rylan. It's gonna start adding up. Another great
it's a big shot.
I think Brad is a great person to have on a team for stuff like this. Some teams may struggle getting up for energy wise, not directly facing the other team, and Brad is never going to be someone that doesn't bring the energy. So having him on your team, I think, is definitely an advantage to pump everybody up. Great half.
Well, and then the lineup the last 2 weeks, they've started I'm not sure roster-wise what was going on today, but the last 2 games they played, he started on the bench, which, I mean, that's an awful strong bench player, but gives you a lot of freedom, like being able to throw. You're not going to hesitate putting him in there for anyone, and you can put him in there for any player with the 2 girls starting, right?
Totally. Yeah. Great frame by GP. That's a good answer. Good bounce back frame for sure. Good shot by Evan.
And psychologically for GP there, you're kind of going in like it's only the one match that's running away from us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so from
exactly.
a psychological standpoint, even if even if you got stuff to make up for totals, all the other matches are well within reach.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So 639 for next gen to 561 for the GP Holy Rollers, but there's doubles on both sides and lots of marks to work. So we'll go into our last commercial break during the matches and finish out this match.
At Cargill, we have numerous brands and varieties of canola seed to meet any producer's needs. We look forward to helping you create a plan for your 2022 crop. Please contact your local crop input sales rep for any of your canola seed needs. Thank you and enjoy the bowling.
All right, here we go. Last 5 frames of this week's matches. Next Gen's got a little bit of a cushion over GP Holy Rollers, but like I said, lots of marks working.
Yeah, lots of things could change yet, that's for sure.
Yeah. Robert's got a little bit of a lead here on Tyler as the leadoff players. He's looking to keep that lead and hopefully build a little bit bigger of a cushion. Yikes, commercial break strikes again.
You think if they lose both matches today that he might cut the mullet?
I doubt it. Oh. Commercial break strikes on both of them.
Oh, I think he heard you.
Or is it getting yanked?
I don't know. Oh, they might have.
Or did they get a kickback, or what happened? I don't know.
Of course, I wasn't watching. I was watching Tyler.
I was watching the mullet.
They're saying it's split.
Hmm.
I'll see if I can go back here and look at it really quick.
Yeah, I think I was watching Tyler, but I didn't remember seeing.
I got on replay here, but they're going to obviously move ahead without worrying about getting confirmation, but it did indeed fall. He is good.
Okay,
almost
that's good.
spared it.
It was a weird late, like the string came around and clipped the 3-pin somehow.
Well, great shot by Ryland. Good fingers, right side, just an absolute bomb. Yeah, because even Robert looked confused as to why they were asking him to come off the lane.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and on a strike, even without the spare, it's added sticks and count for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Big shot for Michelle to try and stay ahead of Jenna.
Got confirmation from an outside source that they've seen it as well, so we're all good.
Great shot by Brad there too. Nice to see Ryland come out with this six-bagger here. You know, it's amazing how big a six-bagger is in any of these team events.
Yeah.
Just crazy. It just changes the whole momentum of the game so quick.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, but Rylan with that, like you said, that 6-bagger, and he can hold the whole team in by himself, right? He just needs them to keep going.
You're absolutely right, especially with GP having 2 opens to start this frame.
Yeah.
And when someone's on a monster like that, as we mentioned in the last game, it kind of lets everybody else freewheel a little bit more, knowing their shots aren't as vital for totals. I mean, still a long way to go in this match, obviously, but.
Yeah.
But you throw with much more confidence when you're ahead.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay, so only 3 marks for next gen there, but obviously the doubles working huge. But now GP's got to claw these last 2 bowlers up here and only go down 1 mark, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I think this next shot is absolutely massive if they want to stay into this, just so they can match doubles up there for sure.
Yeah.
They're still going to be down a little bit in total for sure, but this is a big strike here.
Yeah, great shot.
Great shot for sure.
Yes. So next gen is at 773. Yeah, 773 or 772. Wow.
Another big shot here. They had 2 doubles going. That's big.
Great.
Oh, for sure.
2 doubles.
Yeah, that almost matches the marks for the next gen. So those are 2 big shots on the bottom 2 there.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah. And now you're
Oh, go ahead, Steve.
No, I was going to say now they're up 30 in the first match. Second match is basically even. Obviously, Ryland's got a huge lead in the third match, but now you look at the bottom 2 matches, both the GP guys on doubles. Like this is there's room for a big point swing here.
Yeah. We saw it in the first game too, where it can be just that one person that makes the total difference, right? And that was Johnstone in the first match. All the other matches were really, really close. It could be Ryland in this one, but so Robert misses, Tyler punches. This still, big opportunity for Robert here to put a little bit of distance in.
Yeah. Yeah, expand that point lead you have on Tyler and help give your team a little bit of momentum, right? Unfortunate.
Yeah, that's an opportunity miss. That's an opportunity you need to have.
So Trevor is coming in for Tyler.
Had a feeling that might be happening.
Yeah.
Michelle's just kind of looking to find a way to get back to the middle now. She started out really strong, and then she's struggled hitting what she's aiming at for the last 4. They might be making a pull here too.
Yeah, I don't know because Michelle starts at the back of the approach, but I have a sneaking suspicion with 3 opens in a row and another miss.
Private chat, Corey in for Michelle.
There you go. So the pulls have been made.
Big opportunity here for Jenna. Good push.
Yeah. All right. So Jenna's obviously going to look to make that spare, and now she's got a.
Ooh. Great shot by Sean there.
Needs to help those bottom 2 guys, right? Make up some of those team points.
Yeah, exactly. There's no point even worrying about his match anymore, but just go out there and just throw strikes for the team.
Yeah.
Which is okay too. It kind of lets you freewheel in that way as well.
Yeah.
Because totals get pretty close here if Carter and Scott can capitalize on their doubles.
Absolutely. Stay the side. Just absolute bombs. Great shot.
$7.
He's gonna have to move back home at that rate.
Sure, Ryland's dad, Rob, is watching intently.
Absolutely. Didn't see it, but could sure hear it.
Yeah, sounded good. He was happy with it.
Yeah, good shot, Brad.
Hey, Haka needs to be working on his double to keep his team even.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate open for Carter there. That's that's an opportunity missed, unfortunately. But big shot for Scott here to try to match some of those doubles up there already.
Ooh.
Good shot.
Yep.
Little high. Good fingers to get away with the corner there.
Yep. Make sure of the spare.
And there was probably a lot of pressure on Carter's shot there too, knowing that he's on a string, and the team's only chance of staying in totals is if he keeps it going.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. You start putting that on your own shoulders and make the game a lot tougher than it's supposed to be.
Oh, got the Bonnie Doon roll.
Yep.
So you get an additional 105 added to their total here. So at 900 to 803.
Yeah, this is a really important frame for both teams here. You know, GP to stay in it, and
Trevor
next gen
off the bench.
to put a dagger into them too.
Yeah. Trevor off the bench throws a strike. That's big. There you go. Great shot, Robert.
Good answer.
Bounce back. Jenna with her first real miscue on the middle. She's been solid. Unfortunately, hasn't been able to pick up that left corner, but
good cover. Yeah, that's the crazy thing about corners, right? You miss one early, and then all of a sudden you get a little bit tighter on them, and then they get way tougher.
Corey off the bench. There you go.
Good shot. All right, let's see what Rai does here. See if we can keep this going.
Four toonies. Look at this. I'm making my money back. Good shot, Sean. Big double for him.
Yeah, that's massive. It's big for the team. Ryland's got both sides of the head pin working. All of his shots have been pocket. He hasn't gotten really away with anything, but he's got strikes on both sides. That's the best feeling in this game.
Big bounce back for Carter.
It definitely seems like he's got a big area to hit.
Yeah. Big shot by Carter. That's the most frustrating thing in the world, when you're rolling well and then you have one mental miscue frame, and then you come back and throw the ball the way you were before. It's just so frustrating.
Great shot by Scott.
And I know, Kerry, you and I watched a lot of 10-pin. The swings and momentum just aren't as drastic in 10-pin as they are in 5-pin.
Yeah.
There's just one blip in the middle of a string for any player, and it's a huge difference.
Yeah, exactly. In 10-pin, it's like your mistakes are 9 counts. Like, you don't see splits too often unless they're playing on super hard conditions, and
yeah,
it's such a different game, right? And
yeah.
that's why I love 5-pin, right? Like, you could be lights out like Ryland, and you could be playing against somebody that's piecing something together, and you punch twice in a row, and you could still lose. Like, it's insane.
Totally.
Yeah.
And splits will never be contagious in 10-pin, whereas head pins are contagious in 5-pin, right? The unsparables aren't all that common in 10-pin. It's all the time in our game, so things can change so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got 45, 60, 75. Yeah, another 90 added to next gen. So 132 or 1032.
It's still there for sure. With GP having a double and 4 other marks working.
Yeah,
absolutely. Obviously, an important frame here. If they can string some strikes together here and go home with, 3 doubles.
That's huge.
That would give them tons of momentum and a really good shot at it.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's a big open for next gen. So that gives Robert a pretty commanding lead in his match. And gets rid of one of the marks.
Yep. Corey. Oh.
Looked like a good release, just bad location.
Yeah. Double. We're on the strike. Jenna with this left corner again.
Okay. Deep breath on this one. Regroup.
And she's hit it every time on the second ball.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not like she can't. It's just one of those silly things in our sport.
Yeah, right in the front face of it. No doubt about it.
There you go.
And
didn't give it to her. It's like, nope, you don't hit those.
Yeah. Must have been working on an algorithm.
Oh, that's a huge shot by Sean. That's massive.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what you got, buddy. Great shot. 9 from the gun. Here we go.
Yeah. All you 5-pin people out there might hate me in a bit, but it is my job as a commentator and as a promoter of this thing that you may see something on social media soon to tune in.
So a couple opens in the 4-hole there. Carter's going to want that frame back. That would have given him a chance to come back and grab this match, but he still has an outside chance, but it's pretty slim at this point. GP had a decent opportunity coming down this line, and just a couple missteps. You get a little bit of pressure put on you, and those shots get a lot tougher.
Yeah, because it was right there.
That's an unfortunate open. Eric comes back with a strike, which is really going to give him a huge advantage going into 10 there now too. So definite big advantage for the next gen here at the moment. It's looking like it could be 7-1. The theme of the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, basically, Jen is the only. Yes, Corey does have a chance to steal coming in for Michelle, but
yeah, still down 20 with a ball in hand for.
Yeah, she would need
Jenna,
some help.
So, yeah, big time. Couldn't see it, but you could hear Tyler getting jacked up. I like it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, solid game by Robert, really. The one he had a misspare in the fourth, but the one miss and the two splits on strikes.
Oh,
Yeah, he played well. Just some punches in bad spots, and that's the unfortunate side of our game.
Yeah. So Robert secures the first point for GP.
Good finish by Trevor. Oh. So that will give Jenna the win.
Yep.
Good push. I don't know if she'll know how to shoot at the right one.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Good shot for Sean. If Sean was playing anybody else, he'd be right in the match or winning, right?
Yeah.
And maybe that was part of the freewheel thing that we were kind of talking about. His match was kind of running away. Just get as much points you can for the team, and you never know, right?
Yeah, or even that corner in six goes, all of a sudden he's on six heading home, and
yeah.
And then maybe that changes Ryland's thought process a little too.
Yeah.
Great finish by Jenna.
All right, here's the thing that I posted about, and hopefully everybody's coming to watch live. I'm not going to say it to jinx it, but good luck, sir.
He's just out there trying to shoot another double, right?
That's right. Trying to give me a quick dozen dollars.
Oh.
Great shot, Ryland.
Things flying everywhere. Great ball.
Great playing.
Yeah, right on the nose, and he still busted it up.
Yeah.
Just a little high.
Great game by Sean, 303. Awesome match.
Yeah, he played unreal. Good for him.
Good half by Rai. That'll solidify his 400.
And how old's Ryland? He's still in YBC, right?
He is
last year at YBC.
No.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm pretty sure. He's 19.
Yeah,
right?
no, he is. Yeah, he was just. Yeah, what am I thinking? I just went and watched him play YBC.
Yeah.
Anyways, just phenomenal player.
Yeah.
Great game. Awesome.
And ridiculous to be able to perform like that at this level, at that age. Just unbelievable. The future with all these young men and young ladies is just phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah, tough finish there for Carter. He had a really great game going. Just had tough last 3 frames.
Great shot by Brad there. Yeah, and you know what? It's so hard. It's so hard facing a team that has somebody that shoots a 400 because it's just so hard to make up those points usually.
Yeah, and that's with Sean throwing a 300 to stay within 100.
No, exactly. Yeah.
So Scott could have banged out there to make Evan pin all the way out, but
yeah, because Evan's got 215 sitting there with 3 balls and it counts, so that match is pretty well locked up now at 227.
Yeah. He could have made him get 75.
Yeah. So this will end up being 7-1. A day of 7-1s.
Yeah, 7-1, eh? obviously not the turnaround GP one after they had 7-1 and a 6-2 win in their first 2 matches, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But with the talent level we're seeing, it's just there's no room for clunkers. Like you've got to bring it every game.
But it's so funny how like you still get that match like momentum feel from both sides. You know, we got to see it in the first game where both teams really struggled, but it's funny how some matches you just struggle with the other team, and it still happens in this, and then you start seeing some matches where both teams start rolling, and it's funny. It's funny how the momentum doesn't change in this format either.
So next gen.
They're going to end up shooting 1,400 here.
That'll be our first 14.
Yep.
1440 there for them.
You bet. Great game. Awesome. Great bowling by both teams. Next gen, absolutely awesome. We should probably drag Rai in here too if we can get a hold of him.
Yeah, that's the only thing with his manager being off site. I'm not sure if they're able to do that for us, but
yeah.
No, that was great playing.
Yeah, that's unreal.
Oh, you have to see
Carrie.
my beautiful
How
face.
you doing? Yeah.
Not bad. How are you guys all doing? Yeah, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. We'll bring the winning manager in here, and when Gerald gets a chance, we'll bring him in as well. Desiree, team performed well.
That was exciting.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Even from
Sure was.
yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. We'll just bring Gerald in here too. Hey, Gerald.
Hey, guys.
Hey, so I guess the elephant in the room, Rylan with a 410.
That was an amazing game. That was an amazing game. Yeah, congratulations, Ryland.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
It's so hard to cover up a 400, eh?
Right. Yeah. I mean, Sean answered him, right? Just a couple bad breaks, and what do you do? It's all good.
Yeah, Sean played really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he. That's an amazing game, and to run it all the way into 10 before he ran into that corner pin, it was amazing. So we'll start with GP. Obviously, not the turnaround you guys wanted after scoring 13 points in your first 2 games.
Yeah.
And walk away with a 7-1, 7-1 losses.
Yeah.
But you're still right in the mix, right? You're still there.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, we got 15 points, and we got a lot of matches ahead of us still, right? So, or no, what did I say? Yeah, 15 points,
15,
right?
15 and 17 now, yep.
Yeah. So no, every team should have. It's the game, right? Everybody overthinks sometimes, so we expect somebody to get lackadaisical against us later on, and that's where everybody bowled well. We were punching, we were hitting. It was all good. It was a lot of fun.
Good. Yeah, so you're still tied for second. Obviously, the team you're tied with, Next Gen.
We're still tied for second, guys.
The team that's tied with you, unfortunately, does have a game in hand on you, but
we're in third, guys.
You still have 4 games to play, so obviously lots of time to make up those points. But great playing GP. It was fun watching you guys out there.
Yeah, thanks a lot, you guys.
Yeah, no problem. So Des, moving on to Next Gen. Great follow-up to your guys' not so slow start. You had 8 points through your first 2 matches, but you almost doubled it in 1 match, so that's got to make your team feel really good.
Absolutely. Like we talked about originally, I think a lot of it was just the nerves and getting used to the setting. And they came early this morning. They bowled a game. Everyone was looking much more relaxed and kind of bowling like themselves. And I think that plays a big part in the games that we saw today.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was going to ask if they came in early and bowled a game or something like that too, because they came out firing and they were only having the 1 match today. So good on them for being able to turn it on just right away. That's awesome.
Well, all right, we'll let the managers go. Thanks very much for being in week 5, and we'll see you guys in future matches.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
All right, we will run our last commercial of the day, and then we'll do the wrap-up show.
Awesome.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centres across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
All right, so let's take a quick look at the standings here. After week number 5, so in the Russet Petal division, we have the Bombers leading with 17 points, 4 matches remaining. Holy Rollers at 15 with 4 matches remaining as well. Next Gen tied with them at 15. They got a game in hand yet. Toppler Roses T-Bay Bowling Club, or Toppler Roses, at 13 points with 2 games in hand on the top teams. T-Bay Club and the mighty Plucks, unfortunately coming in last at the moment, but they still have 5 matches remaining, so lots can change there for them.
And T-Bay's still 8-8, right? So you look at this and you see all these matches today kind of just brought everybody closer together, except for, unfortunately, the mighty Plucks, but still lots of bowling left there. Toppler Rose is still looking really good with 13-3, so those next 2 games are going to be huge for them for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So then, so next week's matches, we have the Heartland Kingpins taking on the Infinite Escapes for match number 1. Then the Paradise Marvel are coming in to play the Heartland Kingpins, and then Paradise Marvel versus the Dream Crushers for the final match of the next week. So we have some great Cargill division matches coming up, and be some interesting, see how it all falls out there for everybody.
Yeah.
You guys have any final thoughts? Steve, thanks for joining us here all the way from Ontario.
Oh, thanks for having me. I loved it. I'm watching every week when I can. Just great team bowling. For me, there's nothing like it. Even if a game ends up 150 different in pins, like you can look at 2 shots in the middle of the game that could swing the whole momentum and would have made the difference. But just lots of parity, lots of great teams, so much talent, so much young talent. It's just fun to be a part of.
Super awesome. It was so great to see some great bowling. Again, congratulations to Rylan. Incredible. It's nice that we finally saw 400 in this. I'm sure we'll see a couple more yet too, I think. But great job, Rylan. Huge shooting and great bowling all around today, guys. Awesome.
Yeah, some great
Absolutely.
matches. And huge bounce back for the Bombers. That's what they're looking for. And BPVG is a proud sponsor of the 5-Pin Universe Team Pro League. So a little kudos to them. And we'll see the rest of you guys out on the lanes. Thanks again.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yep, thanks, guys.